Turn the light up with my feet. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm a little brighter now. Um, let's see. Yo, Keith, we'll miss you. I'm not dead. He ain't dead. I did not die. Can you hear me on Instagram? Can you hear me on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube? I don't even know, Twitch? Um, can you guys hear me on Instagram? I'm using Riverside. I think I told you guys I've been testing the Riverside platform. I used to use StreamYard. And for some reason, you can't go live on Instagram. I'm going to find a workaround. Keith, talk about JMU. How about those Dukes? How about those Dukes beating Washington State? That was legitness. Wayne Knight, Bruce Wayne, the Dark Knight with the comeback with that run, boy. Defense locked it down on Marvel Superhero Day in Harrisonburg. JMU is lit right now, boy. JMU is lit. You got to put them in the college football playoff. There's so much to talk about. Shane Bowen got fired. Shane Bowen. Someone said Shane Bowen is fired. That's finally some good news. That's what I thought y'all wanted to talk about. And then Hal Steinbrenner spoke. Shout out to my boy Gabe who just filled me in. I missed it, but he said I didn't miss anything. I got a quick recap from Gabe on what Hal had to say, and I guess I'll start there and we'll work backwards. What do y'all expect Hal to say? What do you expect Hal to say? And for people watching on Twitter, let's see. If I jump into this Twitter chat right now, it's the only way I can see what you guys are saying. But let me make sure the sound doesn't come out. Make sure it's muted. But I guess you guys can hear me on Twitter, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Open chat. My guys at the Sports Coverage Podcast. Keep grinding, young men. Keep working, young men. Let me know when you need me to pop back on. They say, what's up, Keith? Over here on Instagram. We'll miss you, Cam. Please stop with the, stop with the we'll miss yous. One, I put that out this morning because I felt something percolating. And if you know me, which a lot of people do know me personally, it's a fault of mine, but I'm brutally honest. I can't tell a lie. I can't be fake. I can't, ain't no cap in my rap. And so I lied to somebody. Shout out to Rich, who DM'd me and said, you're not on the schedule this week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving vacation. And I just went on vacation, bros. If you actually are following me and listening to my radio show, I was just on vacation, bros. Junior, what up? Junior says, what's good, Keith? I see that NY logo. How you Giants fans feeling? Shane Bowen, dead man walking. He is dead, right? You guys say, I'm going to miss you, KM. Are you going to miss Shane Bowen? Y'all don't have that same energy for Shane Bowen, though. Y'all do not have that same energy for Shane Bowen, though. I don't even need these. These are just for effect because I'm not going to listen to anything here. I'm just going to do this quick live before I go get my son. Today has been a crazy day. Coming off the Giants firing Shane Bowen, I tried to sneak right under that. First off, now that I got a couple people, I got 100 people on Twitter, 100 people on Twitter. This is going to be on Facebook, man. WFAN. Got to start with that. If you know me, you might just know me from WFAN. If you just found me today, you found me because of the news about WFAN. This was 4 years ago. This picture was taken 4 years ago. I got way more hang time. Those earrings I was wearing, those are some $10 earrings from the beauty store. I had blonde highlights. Who does that? And you know what else? Who wears two different colored navy blues? I'm always rocking a hoodie jacket, a hoodie vest combo. But if you look closely, who wears two different colored navy blues to their photo shoot? This dum-dum. This guy. Thinking, nobody will be able to see. Yes, they will. Those are high-quality cameras, bro. What do you mean? Well, I wore the nice bomber jacket that my wife had got me. And then underneath, I wore a Yankees hoodie. And what I thought, just, the more you know, the more you're going to learn out here. What I thought was I could be in my WFAN photo with a Yankees shirt. Nah. So I zipped it up, and yeah, I need to get new headshots, and I'm not fired. And I would like to come back and do another show and another show and another show. But if you've listened to me and you have started to understand me, I am a father now, and I've been married for 4 years. And for 2.5 years, I've been on the radio with a baby, and I've watched that baby grow into a little boy. And a lot of this is personal, and a lot of this most people would never feel comfortable putting out there. But again, I tell the truth. I'm authentic. There ain't no rap in my cap. I have run my race. I have gone as long as I can go being your nighttime host on any radio station, anywhere. I've been working in New York for 10 years, and for the last 4 years, I've been working at night. I hadn't worked at night prior, and it has been extremely difficult. It has been extremely hard, but it has been the greatest blessing of my life. The amount of people that I have connected with, the amount of people that I've inspired, I've entertained. I've cried on that radio station because I put my heart and soul into it. I can't even tell you guys some of the messages that I've gotten from people. I don't even want to say some of these people's names because they don't want to be put out there, but like Sam in Monmouth County broke me down because he said his brother was in Memorial Sloan Kettering dying of cancer, and he heard about my story of my brother dying on the radio, and he said he would only get in the car and drive to see his brother and drive back during 5-hour KM to AMs when I was doing the 5-hour shift, because being in the car listening to me made him feel like, he was with somebody he could relate to. We're both from Monmouth County. We both lost our brothers. He called and told me that story on air, and I broke down in tears, man. I told you the story on air about my brother taking me to go see Kobe Bryant when I was 12. My brother and Kobe, rest in peace to my brother, same age. Like, I don't think many people had heard a young brother on the radio crying, right, because of loss and because of the impact somebody like Kobe Bryant made on me. Now, people will leave those type of things out. People will talk about John Heyman, and shout out to John Herman, John Heyman. I would love to run into John Heyman. I tried to run into him. If you know the story, John ducked me. If John and I are forever going to be linked, John, let's do some content. John, let's do a video. People are also going to talk about negativity, things like Chippy from Queens, and they'll run with the post from Chippy from Queens that, oh, Keith made fun of the guy's accent. They'll never talk about me getting on the next day and apologizing. They'll never talk about the night that Chippy called and we squared up and we squashed the beef. I apologized. He accepted the apology. We moved on. But I want young people to know, and people that aspire to be a public figure, be in the media, it comes with the territory, But what doesn't have to come with the territory, good and bad, is your mental health. Prioritize your mental health. I can be a better person. I can be a better son. I can be a better husband. I can be a better father, a better man. I could be a better family man. But you know what? My mental health has been compromised because I'm living the dream and I'm chasing the dream and I'm thinking I got to run this race forever. And it's compromising people that are next to me, people that love me, people that need me. I'm exhausted when the weekend comes. I'm exhausted in the morning. And I'm just saying, I got to do this, man. I got to do this, man. I got to be this guy. I got to be this. I got to do it for WFAN. I got to be this guy. Went to college. This guy went to school dreaming of being on the radio. This is my shot. This is my opportunity. I have to do this. I have to do this. And I got to the point where I realized that was affecting me. I've been sick more than ever. And when you have a baby, you're going to get sick. I got the shingles, COVID, flu, you name it, pneumonia. I've had everything. I feel like I've had every type of sickness since I've been at WFAN, and that's part of it too, where you don't want to take off. I don't want to take off because somebody is messaging me, bro, you get me through my shift. I need you tonight. And I'm blowing my nose, and I'm not feeling good. I'm taking all types of stuff to stay up every day. I'm drinking hot coffee. I'm drinking Celsius. I'm drinking caffeina. Shout out to the good folks at caffeina. Caffeinated water powder. I'm drinking teas, just to stay up so that when I come on at night, I got the energy. But what, people don't know is like, I'm thinking about my son that might be homesick. I'm thinking about when I come home at night, creeping in and quietly closing the door and tiptoeing in to brush my teeth and wash my face, not to wake my wife up, because my wife's got to get up and be a single mother. My wife has to put my son to bed at night by herself a lot. She's got to cook for him, bathe him, read him bedtime stories, and pray for him. And the whole time he's saying, where's daddy? I want daddy. I want a daddy prayer, you know? So the next chapter of my life, I'm going to let you in on those type of things. I'm not just a crazy Yankee fan. I am. I am. I get it. Some of you guys are mad because Hal basically came out and told you, hey, we're disappointed and whatnot. We didn't make a profit, whatever. But I think what everybody was looking for from the owner of the Yankees today was just, there ain't no $300 salary cap. We're open for business. Trent Grisham's not stopping anything, and we don't know how much the Yankees are going to spend. So hold on. We want to be confident that we have a good team that can compete and win, and we are confident right now as is, because we've just watched the Blue Jays and Dodgers in the World Series, the two teams that have eliminated us. We're confident we have the best player in the world. Garrett Cole is coming back. Stanton is not done, and we've got some other people in the mix. The Yankees will be fine. The Giants will be better than fine. The Giants fire Shane Bowen because now they've got handful of games, bye week coming. They'll get through. And, what could be worse than watching another Shane Bowen defense collapse? I saw the Giants are 42, 101, and 1. Their record is 42 wins, 101 losses, and 1 tie since 2017. And you're going to continue on with Joe Shane? That's why I was on the other night, and I said, how many losses can y'all stomach? How much more can you take? Give me a break. Give me a freaking break. Everybody must go, Keith McPherson included. But, to bring it back to myself, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to be on Monday through Friday at night. And as Reddit threads popped up and people that I know that rock with me are sending me messages, I was not going to lie to them. That is all that happened today. So in my own voice, just like you're hearing me and seeing me now, my face, this is not AI. Shout out to Andrew Levy, who was like, I thought it was AI. I'm like, Allen Iverson? Nah, it was me, bro. It was me. God put it on my heart and spirit. I've been praying harder than ever. God didn't bring me this far to only bring me this far. I appreciate every one of you. Anybody that popped into this chat, anybody that's watching it, I appreciate you. Even the haters. You haters don't realize all you're doing is hyping me up. You haters don't realize all you're doing is helping me out. All you're doing is the next person that sees you hate is coming here to develop their own opinion of me. And it's funny how all my haters that listen to my show because they know where I play football at. They know I got a kid, wife. They know where I'm from. They know where I stay now. They know what teams I like, what I don't like. They know all my stories. They could tell you every player I cross paths with because you know what? You're a fan of the fan, the powerful WFAN, the powerful WFAN. I'm no dummy. When I came in, nobody knew I was coming in. I kept that secret. When I came in, I was quiet. I wasn't even here. I was in Puerto Rico. Boricua, Morena. I was in PR. And I didn't know when I was in PR that they were going to drop that bomb. And I also didn't know that today I was going to drop this bomb, but it was on my spirit. I couldn't keep it quiet. And, man, there's more to do. There's more to do. God bless the good folks at WFAN for taking an opportunity, or really giving me the opportunity and taking a complete shot in the dark chance. Were they wrong? Did they pick the wrong guy? From the response today, I don't think that they picked the wrong guy. I don't think that it was a dud. I don't think that it didn't work. And that's the thing about me. I'm always going to work. I've tried to tell you my story for all the racists that say it's a DEI thing. I didn't even know what I'm like, DEI. Damn, what does DEI stand for? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Yeah, I wish there was I'm old. I'm 37. I wish there was diversity, equity, and inclusion in the 90s, in the early 2000s, in the 2010s, in the early, you know what I'm saying? For all the racists that hate to see a young brother with some swag, that could rap a little bit, that just knows a little bit but doesn't pretend that he knows everything, like, For all those racist people that are out there saying that I was just a diversity hire, I just jumped in front of it for them to say, oh, Keith McPherson, they're rolling back the diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff. Yeah, all right, buddy. Yeah, okay. Whatever helps you sleep at night, partner. Whatever helps you sleep, Toonie. Toonie, I'm talking to them. Y'all know Toon, right? Y'all know Toonie. Toon has been around. Love you. Toon has been around all 4 years that I've been on the radio because my wife didn't want to be alone at night. And where we used to live used to be a little bit sketchier, bruh. It's like that when you live in the greater New York City area. Even in Jersey City and Hoboken, there's some sketchy parts. So my wife just wanted a companion at night. And I used to think I would never have an animal. I would never like a cat. And then boom, Luna, a.k.a. Luna Tuna Panta Luna, a.k.a. Toonie. That's my Toonie. Yeah, so Luna is coming to my life, and she needs me too because we share this room together. Right now, she's feasting. Right now, she's grubbing down. I can't move the camera. I can move the Instagram camera, though. Look, Toon feasting. Toon feasting right now. She's like, what you doing? Who you talking to, bruh? Right behind me is her automatic kitty litter. And what you just saw is her automatic water and feeder. I got to set it on auto because daddy don't be around. And I can't put that burden on my wife all the time. So, yeah, perfect, in the chat. K Bonilla says, we from New York, everyone is diverse. if you've listened to me, I just hit you with the Boricua Morena. I don't know how you spend 10 years in New York and you don't end up around every walk of life. Old, young, rich, poor, black, white, Dominican, Hispanic, Jamaican, Guyanese, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Philippine, and being a brother, I understand, I understand I come in looking a certain type of way, but I don't treat nobody any type of certain way because I don't want to be treated that way. I show everybody love. I show everybody respect, and I hope that y'all continue to do that with me. It's business. It's not personal. It is personal as far as my personal life, which I've shared with you because I'm real, I want y'all to see my son. We'll get there. I want y'all to see my wife. We'll get there. That's who I do all this for. And I'm going to continue doing it for, but I'm not going to continue doing the nighttime shift on the almighty WFAN. Shout out to them. Do not get it twisted. They gave me the opportunity. I ran for 4 years. I ran my 4-year race exactly. And I'm not done. Like I said, I plan on coming back and doing some stuff. And I don't know, that's all got to materialize. But it was on my soul and spirit that tonight, before CMAC goes on, that CMAC doesn't go on and say, I'm filling in for Keith McPherson. And how the next narrative starts. The next narrative is he was just on vacation the first week of November. He's on vacation again. This guy's got no work ethic. Fire this guy. It's time, bro. It's time. So what else y'all need to know about the Jets? Breece Hall fumbled. One step closer to Fernando Mendoza, a Cuban first-round quarterback in New York. Run that. What else y'all want to talk about? Brandon Nimmo. Ooh. David Stearns, you done did it now. Good. That team needed a shakeup. I know you love Brandon Nimmo. I know you love the New York Mets. I know you did not love not making the postseason. I did not see any Mets fans talking about this was good enough. Bring Nimmo back. You need change. You need pitching. You need Marcus Semien, I guess. But I think a move looks better with another move. Yankee fans, are they coming to get Cody Bellinger? Are they going to get Kyle Tucker? Both? Who knows, man? It's a fun time. Hot stove time. Deep into football. Now, they told me bust down my AP. Perfect time, man. How much did y'all hear me talk about Shador? How much did y'all hear me talk about Shador Sanders in the draft? And I was disappointed that he fell, but I put the onus on him, and I also put the onus on him to go out there and perform this weekend. You can't stop God. Look at God. Shador Sanders goes out there, and he gets a win, and he makes history, and he's the first rookie to get a win in their start, and He's got their 3 longest plays of the season passing, and he gets to do it against the Raiders, who he was lobbying to be drafted by. Like, look at God, man. God has a plan for all of us, man. And it might not seem like it. It might not seem like it in the time being, but that's God's plans aren't supposed to be revealed to you in the time being. They materialize over time. Um, yeah, that's another good one too. I left that one out. Let me add this. Keith left WFAN so he could do content drunk while live from the crib and not at the studio after a Yankee game. And this is from JR711, an anonymous fan. Thank you, JR. I do like to drink, but I never drank on the job. That is a narrative on Reddit and places that they'll use to tear you down. Um, I drank at Yankee games, but never to the point where like I'm getting drunk at a game. Think about it, right? If I have a drink at Billy's, a Corona or something at Yankee Stadium at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and a lot of creatures are in here and people hit me up, right? Um, if you've ever actually seen me at the stadium and not on the internet, I stay with the Poland Spring on deck. So much so I did a Poland Spring collab. So much so I did a Poland Spring collab and content and game with them. I have a son. You think I'm getting drunk at the stadium, racing out of the stadium downtown to host a 3-hour show? You think you guys must not have been around me drunk ever. You haven't. You think I could actually go in there drunk, pass through security, pass through people working at WFAN at night, and host a show drunk, take calls, go to breaks, know what I'm talking about, and then drive home? I used to drive home through the Lincoln Tunnel because the Holland Tunnel was closed, and some nights I wouldn't get home until like 3, 4 in the morning. How could anybody do that under the influence? But like these tales and these stories are being told about me, and I understand they come with the territory of the position. They come with the territory of you're a radio host, and people want to try and knock you down. You can't knock me down, bro. You can't knock me down, bro. You just lost the sound. Can you hear me now? I'm about to wrap this up anyway, because like I said, I'm about to go get the boy. But I said I would go live in that video, and I would clear the air some. I'm not dead. I'm not going anywhere, and some things needed to be said now, and it couldn't wait any longer. And I don't fear anything but God, homie, and I know God got me. So appreciate all y'all, man. There's gonna be more to do. There's gonna be more to talk about. Shout out to Lordy in the chat. So this is where you at? I'm at my house, bro. You guys have seen this room before. I didn't just put this together today. I'm at home. Keith, are you a Cowboys fan again? That's a funny narrative too. And talk about a bit and shtick. Hi, Wendy. Like coming up with the bit that like I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a free agent. That's the gift that keeps on giving. The Cowboys beat the Eagles barely yesterday, and people are like, "You back on the bandwagon?" No, I'm out. Love the bobbleheads in the background. We got a lot of the same ones. This is not even. Those are in boxes. There is a closet full of them here, and a box in another closet here from probably the last 10 years of going to the stadium and getting bobbleheads. Some of y'all that really been following me know I used to do the bobblehead unboxing, and I got bobbleheads on. I even have bobbleheads that I kept in storage with some beers. There was this trash can banger beer that came out making fun of the Astros. I left it in storage with the beer. Something got pushed on it. The beer's cracked, spilled all over the bobblehead boxes, ruined the boxes. I lost. Actually, I think I took them out, but they're somewhere. I got hella bobbleheads, bro. It's part of going to the stadium. Yeah, I got another. I can keep going till 5:50 just talking to folks, man. I mean, clearly, you guys don't want to talk about Shane Bowen. You guys don't want to talk about Breece Hall fumbling and the Jets losing again and who they're going to draft. Will Dart come back from concussion protocol? Brandon Nimmo getting traded. Hal Steinbrenner speaking. Good. that makes me feel less bad about not being on air for that tonight. Because you guys aren't really on that right now. You guys want to know what's up with me, and I want you to know I'm healthy. I'm happy. This has been on my spirit. I'm being transparent. I'm being real. I'm making a decision that's gonna help me and my family, and I'm gonna be less selfish about my own quest, my own journey, and what I need to do and who I need to be. And if you ever get to a point in your life where work and your career is driving you to a point where you're sacrificing your sleep, you're sacrificing your health, you're sacrificing your family time, you need to step away. You need to you need to take a beat. You need to take a minute, and that's what I'm doing right now. But I'm not gonna disappear. I'm live. Hello, I'm right here, and I'm not ducking any smoke. Like the losers, haters, and nerds want you to duck smoke. They want you to hide so that they can tell everybody what happened, so that they can create narratives. You're not creating no narrative around me. You're not telling anybody what happened to me. I'll tell you myself. My phone been hot, you know. God bless WFAN, the powerful, almighty WFAN, for giving a young brother an opportunity to tell my story, to connect with so many people, to entertain so many people for 4 years. That's a college degree. That's a presidential term. And clearly it made an effect. Clearly it was felt by the response. Clearly, from the calls that I got into my phone from all over, it meant something to somebody. For as many people tell you that I suck at what I do and I'm no good and I got fired and all that, that's cool. That's cool. Y'all can keep that going. Um, but long story short, short story long, it's just the next step. It's just the next step in the journey. And it's just a decision that I had to make, a hard decision. Nobody wants to give up a show. Nobody, bro, I'm a solo host. I never had a show anywhere else except for WMCX, Monmouth University, 88.9 in the Jersey Shore, which is not even minor league, you know what I'm saying? To break in at WFAN has been the greatest blessing of my life because it connect me with so many of you guys, right? And notice how I say that, right? I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about fame or stardom. I'm talking about how many people I touched, how many people have come up to me, how many people recognize me now. And it ain't about like, oh, take a selfie with me. It's about the real stuff. It's about the real, hey, man, I heard one night you told this story about this, or you worked at this place, or your brother, or your son, and it really connected with me. It's a one-way street a lot because you're on camera, you're on the mic, you're the one talking, and you can't see who's on the other side. And when people break that wall down, like they do on the internet, like many of you are doing right now, um, that's worth more than anything. It's worth more than anything for somebody to say, you inspired me. It's worth more than anything for somebody to say, I love your show. It's worth more than anything for somebody to say, listen, man, you got me through a tough time. I've talked to people in jail. I've talked to people going through divorce. Talked to people when, I said I'm prioritizing my mental health. I talked to some people that have had mental health problems and issues that radio, one-to-one, it's intimate. So there's so many more of you guys that support me than people that hate me. But I bring them in too, because all it takes, you know how many haters I done turned to supporters? All it takes is one sentence for somebody to hear something and switch and be like, you know what, he's not that bad. Somebody said, been with you since Nets Twitter. Like, that's another thing too, yo. Not for nothing. This journey, this ride, many of you jumped on when it was announced that I was going to do the nighttime on the fan. But how did I get there, right? I heard somebody, or not heard, I read somebody on Reddit. Go on Reddit and see the dumb shit they're talking about. I was on Reddit and somebody was like, you had no credentials. Nobody knew you from anywhere. And like, when they announced you were coming on, they didn't even know how to say who you were. And I'm like, well, that's not true. Because clearly I had some buzz. And I know the work that I was putting in and what I was doing for years before I got on. They don't just put nobodies into that type of spot. And it took a while for me to learn how to do a show, how to prepare for a show, how to take calls, how to keep it moving, how to get to breaks, how to tease and come in and out of breaks, and how to do something in my open that evokes emotion, or how to close my show or segments and stuff like that. It took a little while to work on that. I won't even say master that. And I'm still working on it. I could still get better. Um, Amber's in here. She says she misses the wrench. Amber, guess what? I don't know if you're watching on Instagram, but if you're saying you missed the wrench is, shout out to Amber, who's all the way out in Utah, I believe. I made her a moderator on my YouTube live. I was going live on YouTube from February to August before we started going live on WFAN YouTube at night. And you need moderators because the chat gets out of control. So Amber was somebody that I elevated because I could see she consistently was there, being positive, being supportive, knew what she was talking about. And so I gave her a wrench. Mod fam, the mod gang. We'll be back. This is live on YouTube right now. And I'm working on streamlining all of this eventually so that I have the whole, like, I don't have the big, like, streamer setup yet. I don't have all of that yet, but I will. I have the webcam. This is on Instagram, but also I know this is going to reach Twitter and Facebook and Twitch and LinkedIn. And so it's like wherever people follow me and want to hear what the deal is, they will know. All right, before I get out of here, let me acknowledge the Twitter chat, if I may. Oh boy, it's a lot. I got to get closer here. See, I can't even see. I'm just gonna shout people out. Mike, appreciate you, bro. John from Maspeth says, "Damn, get a job already." Shout out to Mike. Pinstripe Bugle, Felice, Master Flip, and Master Flip is a Met fan, so he says my wall is missing a little orange and blue. Forever and ever. Sharky on the mic, Savannah Bananas. Can't tell you how much I appreciate the Savannah Bananas. Mac Mitchell, Vinny, Felice again, Emilio. Jason says, so what's the reason you're leaving? I'm leaving here right now to go pick up my son. And then when he comes in here, he's going to freak out and I'm going to cook dinner. And then my wife's going to get home and then we're going to eat dinner and I'm going to pray for all of us. And then when that's done, I'm going to run his bath water. I'm going to bathe him up. And then when that's done, he's going to fight me because he's not going to want to put on his diaper. He's not going to want to put on his pajamas, but daddy's going to win that fight. And then after he has no more energy left, I'm going to read him a bedtime story. Maybe The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, maybe The Night Before Christmas. We've been doing a lot of the Christmas stuff, right? My son cares and knows about Christmas now. We got Elf on the Shelf. And so the reason I'm leaving is to be there for that. I'm going to do a lot more of that. I'm going to prioritize that first and then let the chips fall where they may. Bazooka Bren, Chris, Myron, Brooklyn Johnny, The Martian, Jim Burka. Man, appreciate you guys. Anthony G. I'll never forget. Anthony G hooked me up with the ticket the night that Dylan Cease was no-hitting us against Max Fried, and the Knicks went to TD Garden and upset the Celtics. That was a hell of a night. Like, I'll never forget that night. I sat in those seats, and I usually move around Yankee Stadium, but I sat in those seats, and I watched the Knick game on my phone because I had to go to the station and talk about it. So you see these goofies saying, oh, Keith is drunk at the games and going to do a show. How irresponsible and stupid can you think I am? Like, it never works like that. Bob Krantz says, you're one of the best hosts ever. I hope to see you in the bleachers someday. Yeah. You know, coming up next year, guess who's going to be singing Frank and not running out, all right? Guess who's going to be in the bleachers singing, start spreading the news. You know how many games I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Like, I got to get to the fan. You know how many people see me in the stadium running? Where you going, Keith? You going to the fan? Yup, I'm out, bro. I got to beat this traffic, bro. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Joel. James. H&L Dre. Joe. Josh. Rich. Appreciate you, Rich. I think I spoke on you, Rich. Keith, you're a legend. Can't wait to keep listening. Mr. Feeney, appreciate it. Dad gang is the Dad gang hat is needed. I do need to cop one of those. Shout out to Kevin, Big Ramones. All right, I gotta go. But yeah, to close this, and shout out to Rich again. You know, Rich hit me on Instagram and he said, "You're not on the schedule. Enjoy your break. Happy Thanksgiving." I took my break the first week of November, and I couldn't lie. I couldn't pretend. It couldn't wait any longer. I couldn't go through this entire week and act like C-Mac was filling in for me and I couldn't hide. I'm not hiding. I'm never hiding. I'm never ducking any smoke. I am who I am. God made me exactly like this. God has put this on my heart and my spirit, and I appreciate all of you, literally every single one of you that has heard my voice, that is looking at me right now, that supports me, and even people that don't, because you're all a part of this journey with me. You're all a part of making me who I am. The response today was extremely humbling and motivating at the same time. I will never stop working. I'm never stopping to work. So I hope to be back on WFAN in that capacity for you to hear me speak on this then. But I will be firing up these lives and doing content and posting and all that good stuff right here from home. But like right now, I got to go into daddy mode for the rest of the night. And then in the morning, I got to stand up and get out of the bed when my son is screaming and crying at 7 in the morning. I want daddy. And he doesn't understand why daddy's tired or why daddy's groggy and not in a good mood or why daddy can't get up. No mas. Appreciate y'all. Again, shout out to the greatest ever, WFAN, the fan in New York, for giving a young brother an opportunity. More opportunities on the way. More to talk about on the way. I'm not quitting. I'm shifting. I ain't get fired. We got more fire. Keith McPherson on the fan. KM to 5:55 p.m. And one door closes, another door opens. It's just the next chapter. If I don't speak with you or I don't see you, happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving. Give your mom a hug for me. Give your dad a hug for me. Your brothers, your sisters, your family. Tell them you love them and, enjoy life and enjoy the food and the camaraderie and the family and be present and be thankful that you're breathing and living on this earth. That's all I got, man. I got to wrap this up and go get the boy. Appreciate y'all.